On September 9, 1957, 15-year-old Dorothy Counts made history. She became one of the first black students to enroll at the newly desegregated Harry Harding High School in Charlotte, North Carolina. But this wasn't just a first day of school. It was a courageous step towards equality. Dorothy's father gave her simple yet powerful advice before she stepped out of the car. Hold your head high. You are inferior to no one. But waiting for her were 200 angry faces, filled with hatred and racism. They shouted slurs, threw rocks, and spat at her. But Dorothy didn't react. She walked with quiet strength, showing the world that hatred could not break her spirit. That day, Dorothy became a symbol of defiance in the face of overwhelming racism. Her silence spoke louder than their hate. But the torment didn't end at the school gates. Inside the classrooms, Dorothy was ignored by teachers and isolated by her peers. She was made to sit in the back, excluded from learning. The weight of racism wasn't just in the shouts and stones. It was in the silence of those who looked the other way. On the fourth day, the threats turned violent. Her family's car windows were smashed, and now it wasn't just Dorothy's life at risk. It was her entire family. Fear crept in. The burden of hatred was growing too heavy for one brave girl to bear. 4 days was all it took for the danger to become too real. Dorothy's parents made the heartbreaking decision to withdraw her from the school to protect their daughter and their family. But history didn't end there. Years later, one of the boys from that infamous photograph reached out to Dorothy, asking for forgiveness. Dorothy had already forgiven him, telling him, "I forgave you a long time ago." In that moment, the hate that had once divided them was replaced by reconciliation. Dorothy's story became one of not just survival, but healing. Dorothy Counts showed the world that even in the face of hatred, there is strength. But her story also reminds us that the scars of racism don't heal overnight. It takes time, it takes courage, and it takes love. As we look to the future, we must learn from the past so that no one has to walk alone through the crowds of hatred again.